Once, in a small cottage, there lived a grandmother, her granddaughter. It was a beautiful morning, glowing with the warmth of the rising sun. They sat together in their small cottage room. Just like every other morning, the grandmother was busy with her beautiful embroidery work. Her hands moved with a practiced ease, creating something truly special. Beside her, the granddaughter sat near the window. The girl was looking at the embroidery in her hands with a sad look on her face. "Grandma," the girl said in a sad voice, "I have pulled the thread too tight, and now the fabric I ruined. My beautiful flower is a tangled mess of knots." She reached into her wooden box and pulled out a single strand of shimmering, golden silk. "Child," the grandmother whispered, her voice as soft as velvet, "do you know why my embroideries are famous throughout the village?" The girl shook her head. "It is not because I never make mistakes," the grandmother said, leaning closer. "It is because when I create a knot, I do not try to hide it. I use a shining golden thread and weave beautiful petal or a tiny flower over it. I make the mistake the very center of the design." The girl looked at her ruined fabric, then at the golden thread. "A life without mistakes is a blank piece of cloth," the grandmother continued. "But a life where you turn your mistakes into success is like creating a masterpiece." The girl took the golden thread, and with a steady hand, she began to stitch once more. Finally, the girl raised her head. Where there had once been a tangled mess, there was now a radiant, golden flower. It was the most beautiful thing she had ever made. Not because it was perfect, but because the gold shone brightest where the knots used to be. The girl looked at her creation and realized she wasn't just learning to sew. She was learning how to live. A mistake is not a sign to stop. It is the exact place where you are being tested to see if you are brave enough to try again. It is not the perfection of our lives that defines us, but the grace and the courage we use to fix what has fallen apart. If this helped you today, subscribe to grow with us on this journey. Thank you for watching.